Right. Shall we?
Yes.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
Pretty sure you meant addition.
No, I did not.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. We are, like every week, going to sip some booze and drink some news. We're not actually going to do either of those things because we are sitting here live at the show floor
Of CES
2018.
We're in Vegas, baby.
Of course, anytime we are sitting, we must be sitting with the man of the hour, Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Hi, Tom.
Yes, I made it. I'm here.
I mean, we barely made it to Vegas.
It was rough,
We're here.
but
we
worth it.
I feel
This
like
almost didn't happen.
this is very close.
Our first, true half-hour happy hour field trip almost did not happen.
Yeah, because this is really like the only trip that we've done specifically for Half Hour Happy Hour. Like,
Right.
we go to Comic-Con because it's like Comic-Con.
Yeah, we're
open
here to
bars.
do our podcast.
Yeah, or like
yeah.
we did the Comic-Con in L.A.
Yeah.
But it was like
It was local.
We could just
Local.
drive.
Yeah, exactly.
We had to get on
This was
flights.
our first real field trip.
Yeah.
And it almost didn't happen because for some reason it decided to rain.
Everywhere.
In both Los Angeles
Yeah.
and Vegas, where it never rains.
It never
like
rains.
48 straight hours.
And we thought we were being fancy. Like
Yeah.
Tom and I were going to fly out of Burbank.
Oh, yeah.
he was
I
gonna
wanna
pick
fly
me
out of
up.
Burbank.
He was gonna pick him up. It was gonna be great.
It's so much easier, Burbank,
We were going to go to the
Burbank.
beauty parlor
Allison
before we
loves
flew
Burbank.
out.
Well, yeah.
Remember?
We had plenty
Beauty
of time.
parlor.
Meanwhile,
Good time.
I'm like, fly me out of LAX, get me on my Virgin/Alaska Airlines awesome flight, and you
Yeah.
guys were like, we're flying Southwest.
But
out of
you
Burbank.
still got
And
screwed
guess-
anyways.
No.
Yeah.
I got way less
So-
screwed than you guys.
Definitely.
Your
got
flight
screwed.
got canceled.
Well, all the flights out of Burbank
So it
got
wasn't just
canceled.
us. Yes.
So
Yeah.
not only was
Yeah.
our flight canceled, basically the airport was canceled.
Right. They canceled
So
Burbank
we
Airport.
had to fly out of LAX, and then the only flight out of LAX was at 10:30
And
at
then that
night,
got
and then
delayed.
that got delayed. We literally left Los Angeles yesterday or this morning at 12:05.
That sucks.
12:15.
Yeah, I only got screwed by having a 2-hour delay, but then I made it to Vegas and I chilled out in my lovely room. I took
What
a nice
did you
jacuzzi
eat,
bath.
Allison?
I ate churros.
Shit, that was the fun
She
thing. We were
brought for
like,
breakfast this morning, which were really
I
good.
brought the leftover churros for breakfast.
I know. We were like, wait a minute.
I know, but we
Uh,
made it. We're here, and we're here all thanks to the amazing people at 161 Studios.
This is correct.
These guys are such a huge fan of our podcast that they flew us out to do our podcast
baby.
from their booth at CES, and we've never felt so fancy before in our lives.
It's
Right?
amazing.
They took really good care of us.
They
And
took
we,
real good care
we
of
have
us.
someone sitting here with us.
Yes.
Adam, is it Lotia?
Lotia.
Yeah.
Like,
That was-
literally, is it Lotia?
Yes, you got it right.
We did it.
Way to do your research before the show.
I
Alex.
know.
So I was just like, I'm going to try.
Yeah, so Adam here from 161 is going to tell us exactly what 161 is all about.
Well,
Because
first off,
What?
so Adam is amazing because we went to Comic-Con,
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con,
Yeah.
and I always talk about this with my wife. I always want to buy Star Wars backpacks.
Always.
And I
You
never
talk
buy
about
it.
that
I
with your-
never buy a Star Wars backpack. I always come home from every event,
And you're like,
I'm
I should have bought-
bought that
By the
goddamn
way,
Star Wars backpack.
Any event. Doesn't have to be
Any event.
Comic-Con related.
Any event
You're like,
that has a Star Wars
You're
backpack.
like, I came home from a Golden Globes party and I should have bought a Star Wars backpack.
So my wife,
Yeah, that's right.
I'm saying this to my wife on the show floor, and she looks over and sees
A Star Wars backpack?
a Star Wars backpack,
Oh.
and she literally grabs me by the collar and goes, "We're buying this
I want-
backpack.
Yeah.
We are
Shut
going to
up
buy
about
this
I'm
backpack."
tired of hearing you bitch
And-
about Star Wars
and
backpacks.
I walk up to none other than
Yeah.
Adam,
Yes.
and I was like, "Can I have that Star Wars backpack,
please, sir, I would like to purchase one of your fancy Star
Yeah.
Wars backpacks.
And we were actually turned out because of the drinks thing that you were doing for
yes,
the LLS.
For LLS.
We were already going to have a drink with Adam.
I know.
We didn't
Adam
even know
was one
it.
of our amazing donors.
It was amazing.
And Adam put together that this
kismet.
was Alex Albrecht from the Half Hour Happy
he
Hour
was
with
like,
Alison
your
Alex
voice
fame.
sounds really familiar. And I was like, Half Hour Happy Hour
I
with
know.
Alison and Alex? She's like, I think we're having drinks in like 2 hours. I was
So,
like, yeah.
so
That's so
Alex has
weird.
been like a super legit loyal fan of our podcast,
Yeah.
and now we've gotten to know him as a friend, which
Yeah.
is awesome. And now he brought us to CES.
Yeah. So Adam, explain us 161.
So
Yeah.
yeah, right. 161 Studio is the advanced concept division of BioWorld merch.
BioWorld.
Advanced Concept
And
Division.
BioWorld is where you
Advanced
bought the
sounds.
backpack.
BioWorld is where I got the backpack
So-
and my limited edition Empire Star Wars wallet.
That's awesome. And so we're at
Limited
the
edition.
advanced what?
None of us are listening. to anything you say, by the way.
what?
So Advanced Concepts Division. So
Concepts.
basically, we realize that wearables are coming about, and
Yep.
what do we do with it next? And we were a fashion company. Now we're adding tech to everything.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so that's what we want to
Fashionable
do.
tech.
And so we walked you guys around the booth a little bit.
Crazy stuff, dude.
There's some cool stuff that we're launching this year. We're super excited about it. One of them is the watches that we're coming out with. They let you.
These watches look rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're DC licensed, right? So it's like you have the Batman, the Flash, and Wonder Woman, right? Are
Correct,
the three
yes.
launch ones?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And those are the launch watches. And it's really cool in the sense of you can beat the Riddler on the Batman one, or you can beat
so
as
great.
you make your step
Take that,
step
Riddler.
count. So we're
That-
gamifying what
that
you're
would
doing.
legitimately make me want to walk more.
Well, I love that the watch. We were looking at the watch and it says, "Hey, buddy, it's time to get up and fight some crime." And
Yeah.
I was like, "That's way better than you should stand up, idiot."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because my Apple Watch says that every once in a while. It's like, "Stand up." And I'm like, "Shut up! I'm
But
playing
fighting
World of
crime,
Warcraft."
you're like,
but fighting crime,
I could
was
do
like,
that.
"Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
go
a big-
fight
yeah.
fight a
Big
sandwich
superhero. But
I'm gonna go fight a
in
sandwich.
the fridge."
Okay, so you have these sweet watches.
We have the sweet watches. The other cool thing is we have these really cool wallets we're coming out with. Back to Alex's
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So the wallets let you know that you pulled out your credit card, and hey, by the way, you might have left it behind. So we have men's
Oh.
and women's wallets.
Ooh.
And
Can I tell you the only time I left my credit card somewhere was when I went to a bar, which sounds very
Allison at a bar?
normal. I
Allison.
know what, but my point is I bought one drink and like tater tots, and then was
Classic.
like,
loves her tats.
and then was like, bye guys, I'm leaving, and was like halfway home before I was like, how did I leave? I'm not even drunk. Like that wasn't even the
Like, you
thing.
mean it
Like,
wasn't like a
Point
long
going
night
no,
of
it wasn't.
keep
I bought
forgot.
a drink and tater
Yeah.
tots, and then I just forgot my card at the bar.
I've done it
Tots
more
red.
than that.
Yeah.
So tell me how the wallet's going to help me.
right. So the wallet will alert you via app,
Yeah.
and the wallet lets you know that you left your credit card behind, or if your wallet's
That's
been left
crazy.
behind, or if it's fallen out of your purse or pocket.
Ooh.
Or if
Or
it's
any of
been
those.
stolen.
So it does break tether. So if it's been stolen, it'll let you know, hey, your wallet's not with you anymore.
Oh yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you sync up the cards to the wallet somehow. What does it read?
Um,
Does it read the chip and like somehow
it-
have?
It doesn't read the chip, so we don't store any of your credit card data or
Yeah.
anything else like that because we're worried about security.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
It
course.
does do RF shielding as well, so nobody can come by. And
Oh, that's
scan
great.
it
Oh,
either.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
actually really
cool.
cool. A
No, I
lot of
think-
people are doing that with
and
like
you
the
get them
little
with
sleeves.
Yeah, you get like when
Yeah.
you get any new ID from the government, they send one with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
can't
Because I
just
just
scan it through
updated
the
my
mail?
passport and got a passport card.
Oh,
and
yeah.
for the passport card, they give you the
Wait.
sleeve.
Like an ID, but it's not
But
your
it-
passport?
Yeah, exactly.
I
you
knew
know why
somebody-
I
How
know
do they
that?
stamp
Apparently.
it? How do they
No,
stamp
no,
it?
you can't use it to leave the country. You can only use the passport card to travel to Canada or
You
Mexico.
just use it to show off the fact that you have a
So
passport.
they don't
card.
normally stamp
Okay.
those.
Got it.
But yes, but the point is that California is one of the states where you're not going to be able to use your driver's license to
What?
fly anymore. Yeah,
So we
because
have to get this now.
So you have to get
Thanks
a
for
different
telling
form
me
of
now,
license.
Allison.
Whoa,
We just
whoa,
flew
whoa.
Guys, we have
Whoa,
talked about
Vegas.
this
whoa.
on the show.
Wait,
We
then
don't
I'm not going to be able
listen
to
to
use my
anything.
license?
Nope. Because California, TSA is changing all of their requirements for what a valid ID is
So-
to fly, and California licenses don't
So
match that
you-
requirement
My
yet.
gym membership better count.
I was gonna say now I have a good excuse not to take my wife
That's
anywhere.
why
Honey,
I-
we only have one ID. We
Tom,
can't fly to
Don't
Hawaii.
throw that on us.
Yeah, that's why I updated my passport and got a passport
All right,
card.
so wallets.
Oh yeah, back to
Right.
what
So
we're here
hot,
for.
hot
Yeah,
wallets.
okay.
And by the way, the picture of the wallet is right behind us, and I'm
It's-
Yeah.
jelly.
yeah, it's a cool
Jelly
looking
belly.
wallet.
So the wallets are really awesome. And then the one thing that got Allison's eye the biggest was our backpacks
The
and the light
Oh,
up.
Star
you
Wars
pointed at me for a
backpacks.
second.
Light up
Although
Star Wars
I
backpacks.
really like the Wonder Woman one too. It's really cool.
The Batman one is actually the Flash. Now that I'm seeing it right here,
I'm just
How
not
much-
as big of a Flash.
How many
person.
bottles of beer
love
can
the
those
Flash.
backpacks hold?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no earthly idea.
I'm gonna
I think
go.
that's at
I'm gonna
least
say
that's
20.
at least 2 6-packs.
2 six
Yeah.
packs? Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least.
And you can also charge your stuff with it as
oh,
well.
what?
I love it. So now, wait a minute. So is there a battery in the backpack, and how often will I have to charge the backpack?
Ooh.
The backpack should last around 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And then you can also, it's TSA compatible, so that's another thing for traveling.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well, yeah.
within 10,000 milliamp hours, so that's another thing that TSA requires you to have a lower battery.
Oh,
Oh.
So we
interesting.
actually thought about all these things. So we are
Wow.
also keeping an eye on the travel rules. and
See?
everything
Yeah, yeah,
else.
yeah. That's really smart.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that I'm going to have to be like, don't worry about that glowing backpack power source. It's under 10,000 milliamps. And the guy at TSA is going to be like, I don't know what the
What?
fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, what the guy?
This is
Extra
a bomb. I'm
screening,
taking
extra
it. Yeah.
screening.
Well, by the way, I walked through TSA with all this stuff, and let me just tell you,
Our podcast in a backpack.
our podcast in a backpack. Which, by the way, we should sell those.
Podcast.
Oh,
in a backpack.
you better execute, Alex. That's your word for the year.
Honestly,
Get
Execute.
161 Studios on
This
that
is-
right now.
Yeah,
huh?
there you go. Actually,
That's
that's
it.
kind
They
of perfect.
They know how to
161
power a
branded
Podcast in a
podcast in a backpack.
We'll
That's
be
actually
more than
not a
happy
bad
to
idea.
start working on that right now.
There you go.
Podback. What would you call it?
Because what
Podback?
you do is you bake the mixer
A backcast?
into the actual
That's
backpack. So like the
backpack.
rib of the backpack, like the sort
Yes.
of rigid back is actually. So you plug the mics into the backpack and plug the backpack into the wall, bro. It writes itself.
And they can still have the Batman
Done.
symbol
Do I
on
work
it so
here
people
now?
will think
Is
you're
that
a
what's happening?
vigilante.
Exactly. CES next year, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be podcasting
Dude,
in the
if it's
backpack.
podcast in a backpack, I'm going to be so happy because I will buy that backpack.
We would
Yes.
be podcasting all the time.
Yeah.
Because you just have it with you.
It was crazy
And
because
they're
I could see it. I could see it going up, like the bag going to the second shoot, and I was just like, yeah. And then the guy picked it up, and it's really heavy because it's like everything is in there. It's like this giant mixer.
Yeah.
And he just picks it up and goes, and like looks up, and I was like, that's me.
That's me.
And I was like, it's a podcast recording equipment. And
I'm
he was
the
like,
asshole with
"Uh-huh."
all of the
And then you
electronics.
see the X-ray, and it's just 4 microphones. And I'm like, yeah, it's podcast equipment. And by the way, our microphones
guess-
are like these old, like
I
60s,
know.
like doo-wop
They
microphones.
could look like grenades, I guess.
Yeah. Fancy
That'd
space
pull
I
it
grenades.
think they look more like Cobra
Space
Commander.
grenades. Oh.
So,
they're kind of
so
like...
when do these things hit the market? When am I going to be able to get to watch? Oh, and by the way, we didn't even talk about the hat with the screen in it,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The
What?
hat and the screen is launching here pretty quickly on Indiegogo.
which is
Yes.
fantastic. So it's a baseball cap that has where the logo of usually your hat goes is an actual screen that showed, and it looks like, is it Lego, DC Lego stuff that's going on in
No,
there?
it's whatever generated content you want on it.
Wow.
It's
So your Instagram photos, whatever memes that are hot for the day.
That would be
Oh my gosh, I'm
Beer
just picturing
pouring.
people walking around wearing hats with their own selfie on it, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. By
That
the way,
sounds like
nothing
me.
would
Of
define the
him.
millennial generation than that.
but you have to have an image of you wearing the hat with the same image of you. Exactly. Selfie of a selfie. It's got to be like the
They
folding
never-
at
yeah.
Oh
home.
my gosh.
Super
so,
meta.
So Adam, how can our listeners find 161 and all the awesome stuff you have to offer and all that kind of stuff? Because
Yeah,
it's really
sure.
cool swag stuff.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're launching all this stuff here at CES. It's going to come out throughout the year.
Yeah.
Backpacks will be out very shortly. The watches will be out very, very, very shortly. Major retailers. In the meantime, go to 161, the number 1 ONE, the numbers 61 as the numbers.
Yeah.
.com, and then also various places online. But keep us on all the like regular channels, and I'll give you guys
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to put in the show links, I guess, or
Yeah.
show notes or whatever.
Show
We
notes.
could do that.
I don't know.
That's
Do
a
we
thing
have
we'll
show
do.
Show
notes?
notes happen, yeah, on the Nerdist site.
We'll make it happen. We'll talk to somebody. We know a guy. We got a guy. We'll email Chris some show notes and be like, good luck.
What the hell are show notes? All right.
Yes, yeah, we can make that happen.
Awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, this is great.
This is
Is
fantastic.
is this 161's first CES then? Since
This
this is
is-
the new branch of
Yes,
BioWorld?
yeah, absolutely. First CES. This is our coming out party, in fact. Like, nobody.
Ooh.
You guys
I knew
are
it
the
felt
first one to
festive over
launch
here.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, how's it been going for you guys so far? Because it's day 2 of CES, right?
It's phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
been a great turnout, and it's been great traffic and everything else. So we're super excited to bring this to everything else as well.
It's pretty
Nice.
central, too. I
Yeah.
mean, this is not like one of those booths off in the corner that
Right
you're
next
like,
to the bathroom.
"Ah."
Everybody's walking by here.
Yeah.
You
By
know?
the way, no toilet
Yeah.
paper left in that bathroom.
No?
Just FYI.
Thanks
oh,
for-
good to know.
Pro tip.
Sweet.
Pro tip.
I'll walk some over from the woman's room for you.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Well, that's what happened last time we met, right?
Really?
So,
Oh my gosh, that's right. No, because
Wait,
he
what?
was talking. I think I talked about this on the show. Maybe I didn't, but it was at San Diego Comic-Con when we first met Adam.
Yeah.
That I went to go use the restroom, and I'm sitting there peeing, and then I hear this voice that's like, "Oh, hello." I don't have any toilet paper in my stall. It's like
Yes.
this British voice. And I'm like, I got you, girl. And I like put the
remember
toilet paper
this.
under the stall, but she's like, oh, I don't see it. And I was like, oh, I think you're 2 doors down from me. So I like walked it over to her after.
So nice.
And she's like, I can't see you, but you seem very nice. I'm like, yeah.
We need drones. We need
Toilet paper
bathroom
drones?
toilet
just
paper.
just a drone that just
Yeah.
slides between
Yeah.
all the stalls
Man.
and constantly just is just holding up toilet
Maybe
paper.
a conveyor belt? Just
No,
a constant-
drone.
Yeah.
But you could. I'm just
Tom,
okay.
drone.
You
Just
want to get
drones,
more
just
expensive than
drones.
a drone of it.
It's got to
All
be a
drones.
drone.
All drones all the time. But I've heard a lot of drone talk here at CES this year as well. I think
is that
that's like a
this is
thing.
the
It's
year
like a
of the
thing.
drones?
Drones, yeah.
Attack of the Drones.
Attack of the Drones. Sweet. Well, Adam, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Hang out with us if you want, or do your thing. We don't want to keep you from selling your sweet bags.
That's true. That is true. You got to sell the
Yeah.
swags. Are there any prices for these items, or is that not yet announced? What's
No, the prices are. Oh God, I have to look.
You have actual paperwork.
No, it's very
You're so
nice.
official. We just wing it.
I mean, I brought paperwork. It's just shitty.
Yeah.
I will get back to you guys on the prices.
That's all right. I
Okay,
just didn't
sounds
know.
good. We're here for another. We're stuck with you for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. We will
can't
be here.
Yeah, you'll know where we'll
you
be
can
at.
tap us on the shoulder and be like, "It's this much money."
Awesome.
Like, oh, nice. Thank you. That's good.
Fair enough.
Well, speaking of CES, I kind
Yeah.
of love that we're at CES and we have some fans who came to
We
see
do.
us.
Yeah, we do.
We have an
What's
audience
up,
here on the show
guys?
floor. You guys are rad. And normally we go into fan emails, but
Yeah.
since we have fans in person, if you guys have any questions,
Yeah,
we'll
do you
take.
guys have any questions?
You don't
There's
have to
literally-
ask questions.
Everybody's like, do we have
I
to
just
have
figured
questions?
since you guys are here, if you want to ask, you didn't
If you
come.
would like to ask
you didn't
a
know there was
question,
going to be a
you may.
test. Okay,
If
well,
not,
you guys
no
think of
worries.
any
Yeah,
questions?
think of some.
Yell at me. Or
Just raise your just hit Tom and we'll have. Oh wait, we have a
Alex,
question.
How do I
How
keep my
did-
hair like that? That's a great question.
We've
What's-
always wondered that ourselves.
That's a great.
yeah,
This is
that's from Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
I ask
Uh,
him that all the time.
The short answer is, as I say, moisturizer
In your hair?
in my hair. Yeah, because I do my face and then in my hair.
You put face moisturizer in your hair.
It's
I
this
think-
little
first
I
secret.
think
off-
I did know this.
First off,
actually,
I don't know what face moisturizer is.
you put body
I put-
moisturizer on
hair
your
moisturizer.
face, and then
so
you put it on your
conditioner
hair.
on your face.
I believe the face is technically part of the body, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but
Now
it's
that
a
the last
different.
time I saw
Your
it.
skin is different
made
on
of
your
different
face.
material
Is
than
my
your hair.
skin different on my
It's
face?
more delicate on your face. That's why you use fancier
Alex?
stuff on your face.
I don't know. I just put stuff on my face and then I rub it into my hair.
Wow.
Look at
Which is
it.
the
It's
base. And then I'll do
Goku.
like a cream. I have like a
Yeah.
like a paste.
Okay, like
Like
a
a-
pomade or something.
Something like that.
Are you
All right.
glad you asked that question?
Yeah.
He's like, well,
That long
no,
answer
no,
about putting
that
lotion in his hair.
That was way too long. That's not how we
Yeah.
wanted
But
to
it's
do
very.
it.
That's a question we've always wondered as well.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty epic. That is your superpower.
It is.
You have your hair.
No
you
one
have your
ever
arms.
asks me about my
I have
hair.
my incredible intelligence.
Yeah. Incredible. So we're idiots with nice hair and arms.
Yeah,
It's just
I'll take it.
I'm the,
smart one.
I'm
love
the
that.
brains of this operation.
And by the way,
argue.
we are really screwed. If that is technically the brains of the operation, we are screwed.
Damn it.
Well,
But we made it. And by the way,
What?
we have to say,
What?
I don't know what happened with the hotel rooms.
Yeah, we talked about how epic the hotel rooms were.
did
I
we
don't
talk
think we
about it on
did.
the show?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we totally did. We
I
said,
don't know.
No, we talked about it
No, we
before.
talked
We
about
did
it
it?
before.
Oh.
Well, so we're late, right?
Yeah.
So like we're canceled. We're sitting in the airport, and
Oh,
all of
I
a
talked
sudden,
about how I took a jacuzzi bath.
Right.
That's why I thought. Yeah.
So all of
Yeah.
a sudden, I get a text. We Tom and I get a text from Alison that goes, guys, I just walked into my room and it's the size of Alex's house.
Yeah.
And
No
I was
joke.
like,
it
first
just
off-
keeps going.
I was like, first off, hyperbole, it's Alison. Secondly, pretty girl goes to check in Vegas and they're like, we'll upgrade you. And so
No,
they're like,
but
we're not worried about
I didn't even
it.
talk to a person. I
No,
did the
I-
self check-in at the machine.
All of this now makes sense.
Yes.
So we go to check in, and the lady goes, "Oh, looks like you've got." By the way, we checked in at 2:00 in the morning, so it
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
whatever. And she goes, "Oh, it looks like the rooms have been all upgraded." And we were like, "Oh!" And then the lady hands Tom her keys, and this is the
Tom
best.
his keys?
Tom his keys.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I've seen yours. It's my favorite suite in the hotel."
I had to refrain from
And
saying
Tom was
something.
like, "Don't say
I
jokes.
did.
Don't say jokes. Don't say jokes."
I said that to her. I was like, I just
Because
pulled
she literally
myself
just said,
back.
"I've seen yours. It's my favorite."
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. it happens all
Recently
the time to me.
upgraded.
She walked herself
With-
into that one. Like,
I
Women
know.
with poor vision. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the guns.
It was the guns.
She was like, "Those guns need more
I'm
space."
sorry, that man is walking by with a plate of cookies.
Oh man,
Sir, where are you going with your cookies?
Cookie Monsters. He's not listening.
He's like that way.
Yeah, he's like away from the lady yelling about my cookies. She's gonna eat up my cookies.
Who walks through a convention with a giant plate of cookies?
So I go
important
to my room because I only have my experience,
yeah.
and the door is two doors, like it's double
Oh.
doors.
I didn't have
Like a
double
mud
doors.
room or just
Yeah.
like-
That's why I think you got a fancier room.
I think
than
I got
me.
a bigger
and My
room.
room
Yeah,
was
yours-
already fancy.
Exactly, but I was like, oh, it's at the end of the hall.
Yeah,
Anytime it's the end of a hall,
mine
you're
was the
like,
end of a
okay.
hall, yeah.
And then it had two doors, and so I open it, like
I like how that
swings
sounds.
open, and it's fucking pitch black. It's 2:00 in
Yeah.
the morning, right? And I cannot find the lights.
Yeah.
I try all the walls, but the walls just keep going. And so I had to turn my phone on, and I was like, look, and I was like, this is like a cave. Like, it doesn't stop. I finally find the lights, and I turn them on, and it's like 180-degree panoramic view of Las Vegas.
The windows are amazing.
But it's massive. I was like, I don't even know where I'm supposed to go.
I know. It was. I just walked in and I was like, oh, this is like a living area. And then I looked to the left expecting to see the bed, and instead I saw an entire dining room.
Yeah.
And I was like, where's the bed? And then I went through another door and I'm like, there's the huge king-size bed.
Yeah.
The room could have fit 3 king-size beds in it.
Yeah, it was like 4 rooms was just the bedroom part. But the best part was, I don't think they checked out everything because I went to another room on the other end of it, and it was a fucking spa.
Yeah.
It was a private spa.
My room
it was
had a
like
Taco Bell
a
in it.
sauna.
insane.
It was a raised jacuzzi. There was a massage table. I was like,
But it is like, by the way, of
and
course.
we were there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I was going to say, of course we get these amazing rooms and we're in them for less than 12 hours.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I feel like this is
I might have been in mine for 12 hours.
By the way,
I got there at 9
FaceTimed,
p.m. and left
I
at 9.
FaceTimed with Heather.
Because
I called Heather
I
at, like,
FaceTimed a friend of mine too. I was
8:40.
like, I'm going to walk you around this room.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah. And she was like, what's going on? It literally got to the point where she was like, I have to go. And I was like, there's like 4 more rooms. And she was like, no, I have to go.
Yeah.
She's like, I get it. It's a massive suite.
That's okay, right?
That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, these rooms. Vegas, baby.
Who knew?
Vegas.
Now, I will say,
What?
the other thing that was great, it had a kitchen, like a full kitchen, and a bar. Yours had a bar,
Oh,
right?
I didn't
in the
have a
middle
full
of the room.
kitchen. I had a bar.
So it had a
Yes.
full kitchen, but
guess-
the kitchen had a
Oh.
door that went to the hallway. So you could close the door to the kitchen and be like, hey, room service, can you fill my kitchen with awesome? And they would never come into your
You
room. They would just
totally
go
had
through.
a better room.
And then
Yeah.
they could do
Totally
that
had
with
a
the
better
spa.
room.
They could come into the spa
We were
from the
staying at
outside.
the Rio, by the way. I don't think we've said where we were staying. in case
I don't
people
know.
are curious as to where these fancy rooms are.
By the way, if you
The
work
Rio.
at the Rio
Yeah.
and you're interested in having the half-hour happy hour come back,
Yes. You can actually
Please
probably
send
put
us-
us all in Alex's room and we'll be happy.
Yeah,
honestly,
Yeah.
I did feel like I feel like if we had gotten here early, I'd be like, okay,
Party
whose
back.
suite are we hanging out
Yeah,
in?
exactly. I
Everybody
know.
come to my suite.
My
Because you
God.
were on, what floor were you on?
15.
So I was on 39 and he was on 50.
50.
50?
Yeah.
He was at the
It
top.
went
He
up
was the
that
biggest.
high?
He was because yours was the most upgraded. That's what she said.
Yeah, but it sounds like yours is way better. I mean, mine was awesome. I'm not complaining.
Mine was bigger, but it
Man,
was
I
like
wish I could have seen your room.
it was like the 70s threw up and my room happened.
guys, I love-
mean, it was like it was huge.
Yeah.
That's what it had going. Oh, by the way, it was leaking.
No.
Yeah,
You-
it had
your room?
it had 2 buckets.
Really?
Wow.
Yes,
Wait.
do you have a microphone, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know
like-
when you guys want me to
It's
talk.
okay.
No,
You-
anytime.
you-
You brought us here.
No, it's the funny part is the water's been a problem, and
Yeah.
so there was
Yeah.
the parking garage was flooded. There was a
Oh.
2-foot thing of water in the parking
Wow.
garage
Wow.
when you guys were flying in. That's why there was
Parking
crazy-
garage
Yeah.
of the Sands or parking garage of Rio?
No, one of the other hotels we were driving to last
Wow.
night. 'Cause there was a ton of meetings in the other ones, and then we lost power in this booth
Really?
yesterday.
Wow.
Wow.
And half of this convention center lost power yesterday.
But by
They're
the way,
still mopping water off the roof.
Thankfully, we still have power.
half-hour happy hour miracle.
Yeah.
We are currently recording because we need the power. Although we could plug into the backpack or the pod
That's
pack.
There you go. The pod pack.
The pod pack when it's
pack.
a-
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Backcast?
Or
What was it?
Backcast.
Podcast.
Pod pack. Pod pack.
Pod pack.
I like pod pack.
Pod pack.
Pod pack.
Pod
Pod pack.
Yeah.
2
Pod pack.
P's.
Yeah. Pa pa pa.
Pa.
I love that
We'll
we
do
come
market
to
research on
CES and
that.
all we can talk about is our hotel rooms.
Well,
How
dude,
fancy they are.
honestly, it was that and being stuck at the airport. Those are the 2 things that happened until now.
I know that's true. It's very.
I mean, the
true.
crazy thing is, we literally. I mean, I was having the conversation like when because when flights get canceled and then they get delayed, especially when you start to get to that witching hour where people don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like because at first it was like on time, and we were like, great, 10:30 on time, and then we showed up and I was like, we looked at the departure board right before we went through security, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, look, it's on time. Oh no, it says 11.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, half an hour delayed. Then we get to the thing. Oh, and we should have even said, we got through security.
Yeah.
And I looked at the departure board and it said, Las Vegas, boarding.
Yep.
And I was like, go, Tom, go. So we start trucking. We're like trucking. And we turn around the corner and there's the plane and the like boarding gate thing is just starting to
Pulling
pull away from it at 9:20. We could have been here at like
He was saying an earlier flight was leaving. But you
yeah.
don't know. I'm
know,
telling
it could've
you,
been booked.
I'm sure that flight was fully booked
By the
up because
way-
when my flight got delayed,
Yeah.
I tried to get on an earlier flight. They were like, we're so booked, and the fact that you have a seat assignment on that later flight, just keep that because people were losing their seats on everything.
We probably could have made that, but when we were trying to rush to make that earlier
I know we
flight,
bumped into
we
that
ran
guy.
our friend and talked to him for like a minute.
But that was okay because we ended up literally. So Tom bumped into this guy that he met like a couple Comic-Cons ago.
Yeah. Entertainment lawyer.
He's an entertainment lawyer, and we ended up chatting with him because it was like we're all sitting here. So then we went to like the bar and just sat and chatted for 2 hours. Then we
bar
ended
was
up
closed too.
No. Then those
that's
fuckers
right.
got beer.
And those fuckers
Another
got
lunch.
beer.
Oh yeah, they refused
They
to
sat
serve
down,
us.
and the lady, we were like, lady behind the bar. We were like, "Are you open?" And she goes, "Yeah."
There's plenty of
And
people
then
at the bar
but
drinking.
she's cleaning.
Yeah.
And she kind of floats away, and then a guy walks up and goes, "Sorry guys, we already did last call." And we were like,
Okay.
"But lady said,"
said.
and he was like, "What? What?" And the lady was like, "I hadn't heard. I thought we were open." And it was like, "What she said?"
Yeah.
Beer us. And then the manager was like sitting at the end, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, we're closed." So then we have a whole
I'm
hour
so mad.
conversation, and we look over, and these two guys are at the bar. They just sat down, and they're like, "Beer."
What?
I'm like, "Yeah."
They just you guys
And
look
I asked,
sketchy.
I asked
you guys
the
just look
waitress,
too
and
sketchy.
She blamed the
It was
manager.
super sketchy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
super sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was me and Tom.
Maybe your hair
Yeah.
wasn't looking so good last night. It was pretty late. Maybe
Yeah.
your hair wasn't.
It wasn't. My
Drop
hair
the
had
ball.
fallen
Maybe
like a
she-
cheap souffle.
Yeah, you looked like.
It did. I look like I look like the president of the Young Republicans group in college
Oh dear.
when my hair goes down.
Oh dear. Should we do an email?
Yeah, we can do an email,
Let's do an email. A printed out email.
bro. High
Look at all
tech
the
here.
smiley
Yeah.
faces on that
The
thing.
power went out. We would still be covered. Couldn't record, but at least we had our emails.
All right, here we go.
Doing this one?
Yeah, it's a little long, but I like it. Hello, 4-H crew. Alex, awesome hair.
Awesome hair.
Super Tom Volcano.
Yeah, who's this
And
from?
wait for
Who's
it.
it from? Who's it from?
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Oh.
Hello, Allison. First giant smiley face.
Ooh, giant
Uh-huh.
smiley face.
This is Melissa McNutt. Yes, that is my real name, and I love it.
I love it.
For the past year or so, my husband has been randomly suggesting I listen to your podcast.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm a
Random.
gamer and a bit of a techie.
Why is he
cool.
randomly suggesting?
He should be doing it all the
She does
time.
Yeah,
it.
he should-
Yeah, I know.
day.
It's like
he should be
every
doing it on
week.
purpose. Yeah.
Random.
At the beginning of the summer, my husband had me listen to the podcast Miss 40,000. I think that was the one with the LLS stuff.
What?
Right? Because Miss 40,000.
Oh, yes, the amount of money I raised.
Right,
Yeah.
That was the title of the podcast.
I
Okay.
literally was
All
like,
right.
you mean because I have to get 40,000 miles to reach gold status?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk,
I'm
dude.
such a freak of like, oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Finish your email, yeah.
the gold statusing
Yeah.
of Alison
Allison's
Haislip
epic day,
mid breakfast. My dad got a bit. My dad got bit by a brown recluse.
No.
Yes.
Where?
So
Don't say.
my dad would totally bitch slap a spider like Alex's dad.
Oh my
did.
gosh, wait, did you guys see my tweet the other day?
Which one?
That my fucking nightmare happened?
No.
Ugh.
Which one?
I got out of the shower. I
Oh,
went to
I
go,
love this. I can't
went
believe
to
I
go
missed it.
put on my bathrobe, and I like put in one arm, and then I put in the other arm, and then I looked down, and a fucking spider is crawling across my naked stomach. What? And I was like, I literally just went, why? And like knocked it off of me, and it like fell to the ground, and so much adrenaline was running through my body. I just had to stand there for a moment.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, did that just happen? That just happened.
But the worst
That
part
just
is
fucking happened.
when that happens.
Yeah.
Everything about the bathrobe is wrong, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
instantly it becomes everything that's on me could be Spider-Man.
But also,
Get it off me.
it's my Harley Quinn bathrobe that I got at New York Comic Con, so I
Amazing.
love it so much. So then I like.
And then you burned it.
Well, no, because then I got. First off, I picked up the dead spider and crushed it even more, and then threw it away.
jeez.
And then I literally stood there for 5 minutes, just shaking
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
bathrobe,
Yeah.
and like pulling the arms in and out, and like shaking it again. And I was like, this is the worst thing ever. It was awful. was
We
awful.
should do an animated series about the other side of those conversations.
The poor
with
spiders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spider's just like, dude, I'm really hungry. It's like, bro, don't go out there.
Yeah.
Don't you you know what happened to Sam?
Aw,
Don't you
Sam.
fucking go
She
out
seems
there.
like a nice lady.
Yeah, she's cool. She's in the shower. It's all cool. This is the time to
She won't-
strike.
Yeah.
And she starts moving, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, she got out of the shower. Fuck.
Yeah.
Get on
And
the
it
bathroom.
wasn't-
She's not gonna use that.
It was like a creepy spider too, not like a
Oh,
tiny
so it was
little.
like,
it was
she's
like
in
a
the bathroom.
fucker spider.
Well,
I
I
was
think
like, ooh.
I've noticed my wife tends to
Fucker
over-exaggerate the size of spiders.
No,
Like she does
I'm
with,
not. I mean, this
thankfully,
isn't that huge,
parts
but
of
it's
me.
like those guys, but they're like solid. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
They're not like flimsy
Yeah,
spiders.
I get it,
They're
I get
like
it, yeah.
solid
Yeah.
spiders.
Oh.
Solid spiders suck.
Yeah.
Even flimsy spiders, you're just a little bit like, man, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, no,
In the
They're not
spider
as
world,
manly,
you're the one
yeah,
with like the
that's
glass. You're
right.
like, hey,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
what are we doing, Mr. Spider?
Okay, so sorry. Finish Melissa's email.
Oh God,
So she
if
was
I
talking
can, I'm
about us.
coughing like crazy.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
I finally caved, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I did.
Yes.
I thought I was going to die, really. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, good.
I was also applying my makeup,
Oh, I'm sorry. Was she crying her mascara
Brilliant.
off?
and I almost lost an eye
Oh, no.
due to a mascara wand.
See?
Running
It
joke in our
happens.
house now is that I am not allowed to listen to 4-H if I am putting on makeup.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
probably a safe
okay.
bet.
Since
Same
that day, I do not miss an episode, and like many people, I am listening to the earlier podcasts.
Ooh.
All right.
All right, now that I have introduced myself,
Yes.
I have to show you what I found when I was Christmas shopping.
Ooh.
Totally reminded me of the story Allison was telling her dad and his love for Amazon Echo.
Oh, yeah.
I was researching getting an Echo show on our house, especially since we have a 6-year-old twins,
Oh,
and I began
wow.
to search through the customer questions for information regarding how to lock down the features.
Right.
So
you
because
can't
of the
be like-
twins love to talk to Alexa.
You can't be like, Amazon Echo, buy me a dollhouse or whatever that thing
Yeah,
is.
Right.
show me
Yeah.
porn.
Oh, yeah.
Because the
Ooh.
show has, like, it shows you video. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
However, this can go terribly wrong sometimes. Example, gangster rap blaring, oh, thank you, when they requested Moana.
Oh, no.
And the very first
No.
question,
The light as the sun hits the sea, it's shining. I don't know.
I
Those
never
are something
heard
like
it.
the words.
That's
I
good.
believe
And
that's...
no one knows
We can't say
Oh, I
anymore.
thought
We're
that
gonna
was-
get sued. Stop.
Oh, good. I was like, I thought that was Frozen, but it is Moana.
That was Moana.
Oh, jeez.
But this is the best. The first question under the Q&A questions is, can it be used to monitor ghosts and spirits
Ooh.
in a haunted house?
I would ask. That's a good question.
And the best part is, she said there are hundreds of hysterical responses.
Oh, my gosh.
So people are going like, I use it in my house all the time. I see ghosts and spirits. It totally works for that.
How do you see it? I don't understand.
Because that's the one with the screen. You're saying. The,
I see.
So
Got it.
people are saying
And it
they
has
see
cameras.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ghosts
like-
are like, fuck, we're busted. That's
Yeah.
what they should rename it, a Ghostbuster.
Dude, by the way,
what?
fuck, I don't know why
You're
I'm coughing
dying.
so much. I am slightly dying. I have con death.
Crud.
Con
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 crud.
cough.
cough. Yeah.
Comic crust.
Simple.
No, but somebody tweeted me this thing. There was a school in like upstate
Yes.
New Hampshire.
Okay.
The video.
The video,
Yes, okay.
and it's fucking
No.
crazy.
Yep.
So what happened was there was this school, and it was just like an elementary school in like New Hampshire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the janitors were coming in and saying, "There's some weird shit happening."
Okay. Like what?
Not only is there weird shit happening, like noises and stuff,
Okay.
but they come in and there's like posters have been ripped off the walls, chairs have been moved, like
Okay.
stuff seems really weird. So they set up a camera.
Yeah. To be like, what child delinquent is doing this?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I honestly, I watched the video and like I got upset.
Well,
What?
No.
Did you see the video? Yes. But you see things move. You don't see any actual physical apparitions.
So it could
Yeah,
be.
but let me just say,
But
you're sitting
the
there
stuff you're
watching
seeing-
a hallway in a children's elementary school.
Yeah, but you don't think that it's like
No,
set
and all
up
of
by
a
some
sudden-
movie
I
that's like.
think it
Yeah.
could
It
have
might be.
been.
Like we're gonna find out in a year and a half.
But-
It's like a promo
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Conjuring 5 or whatever.
No, but seriously, like it's literally
Seriously.
just nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden, a poster is physically ripped off the wall. And
Okay,
then a
that can all
chair
be
Again,
done
like
with
moved.
fishing wire.
That's-
Alec,
yeah,
but I
that's what I'm
say
saying.
I'm with you. The video is very cool, but
You guys
I
don't
said-
understand
Pretty much a
me.
skeptic.
I'm still upset because don't you remember like a year and a half ago that what is it? Not Squarespace. What's the website building thing that
Wix,
Wix,
no
GoDaddy.
maybe
Wix,
there's something like
Squarespace.
Is it Squarespace?
I mean,
Maybe it is.
Squarespace
Where they
is-
brought in
is a
Daniel
thing.
Day-Lewis and he's like, I'm giving up acting to become a tailor, but I needed to set up my own website. And he like becomes a fashion designer and builds his own website. And then
That
you
sounds
find
like
out,
Squarespace.
yeah. And then you find out this year that it was actually like early promo for Phantom Thread or whatever the movie is coming out.
So people got
That's what I'm saying. It like literally looked
Oh.
like Daniel Day-Lewis was doing a commercial for Squarespace saying, I don't want to act anymore. What I really want to do is become a designer, a fashion designer. And so he sets up his new website this way. And in reality, it was like,
I feel like A, that is great marketing.
yeah.
B, sometimes great marketing can piss you off just as much as be
Right.
good marketing. You know
When
what I
you're
mean?
like tricked.
Well, my favorite is the one, I think it was for The Conjuring 2,
Oh, yeah.
where they set up
Oh,
that
in the
whole
restaurant?
coffee
Cafe,
shop.
Yes. Yeah.
They set this coffee shop to basically be like somebody goes and freaks out and like
The
pushes
girl,
people away.
yeah, and people got
The
like
psychic,
ripped up
right.
walls.
My favorite is this one dude was standing in line like this, and everything starts happening, and he just goes,
He just turns around.
He
He's
literally
just
just
like,
is like, nope, leaving this coffee
Not
shop.
today.
This one's haunted
He's like,
with ghosts.
Yeah, I saw that video at the school in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Can you
No, thank
imagine
you.
if his thought was like, ugh, not another one?
Yeah. Or he's like, starts doing it back. Like
Yeah.
he actually has that
He's
ability,
like,
and he's
"No,
like,
you don't, fucker."
another one. He becomes like Islander.
They accidentally find a real psychic.
Oh my god, I love
Trying
it.
to-
All right, so
Did we get
story.
to Melissa's email?
Oh yeah, sort of. Here we go.
Yeah? Was there anything else?
She get bitten by a brown.
I adore the podcast and my many, many belly laughs I have
Yay.
had since becoming a fan. I look forward to every Monday and continue getting others addicted too.
Yes.
Get
Get out
please.
there.
Fantastic.
Peace out, Melissa McNutt.
We're a healthy addiction.
P.S.
Yeah.
If you're in a bind
Yeah.
and you find yourself without a nutcracker,
Oh.
I'm fairly certain you can use Tom's biceps. Beast mode.
Yes. Beast mode.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa.
love that.
McNutt.
Thank you.
All those times I need
Someone knows
nutcrackers.
me.
They
My
do
biceps.
crack nuts.
All those
Yeah.
times we have nuts around, right?
So I've been wanting to talk to you guys about this story.
Oh dear.
a
This
while.
sounds like it's getting serious.
It does. You put on that like after school special look.
Anyway,
This better not be about Bitcoin.
Anyway.
guys,
Better not be
seriously,
about
Bitcoin.
No.
Anyway, that was it. I just wanted to say Bitcoin.
Okay.
No.
He's contractually obligated to say
Yeah,
this.
right.
So we talked about net neutrality
Yes.
and that whole craziness
Yeah.
that's still in flux, it's still ongoing.
Right.
But Fort Collins, Colorado,
Okay.
is voting on a measure
Yeah.
to create a municipality-run internet for the entire country or county.
What exactly does
Yeah,
that mean?
explain. Because
That
we're-
means no AT&T, no Comcast, no Verizon. What they're going to do is say the county of Fort Collins
Oh,
will
provide internet.
you internet and super fast speeds.
That's and like basically your taxes would pay for it.
Well, no, you would still pay for it.
Oh,
but
like
that's the
you
only
would like a
service.
phone line or something.
Right.
Yes. Okay, that
But
makes sense.
it would not be controlled by a capitalist
Right.
company. So they would
That's
basically
amazing.
be like full on net neutrality.
Yeah.
Like they're like it is
That's
done by
cool.
us.
Interesting.
We will handle it. And the crazy thing is,
Yeah.
all of the big telecoms are putting in all of these attack ads against it.
Right. Of course they
And
are.
they're hysterical.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta see this.
Because
Like
it's
what?
like, are you tired of traffic? You know what doesn't solve traffic? The internet.
What?
Are you tired of potholes? You know what doesn't fix potholes? The internet.
It's saying like the county should pay
Don't
attention
spend
to
your
traffic.
money on
Oh,
anything
wow.
other than like you know what's good? The police and the fire people. That's not gonna happen if you pay for internet.
Oh my gosh! I love that
But
you're
it's, like,
making.
so
I love
dumb.
that you're making these attack ads sound like they're from people in the South.
There.
The
You know what
internet.
you don't need is the internet. Internet's never saved a baby from a fire. Internet's never stopped your car from being hit by another car. Internet's never stopped a pedestrian from lying down in the street naked. No. That's what the other money is for.
Wow! I hope Fort Collins is like.
They
we're
should
voting
use
for
that
this.
as the promo. Yeah.
Yes.
Just so we can hear
This
Alex
is
do more
exactly
fake attack ads.
Why we don't
Oh.
want Time Warner or AT&T or anyone here.
The internet.
The internet.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but so I've been
So
trying
when,
to talk
when
to you
does
about
this
that.
measure get passed? When do we find out?
I think they're voting on it like within the week.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
It's happening because
Please, Fort Collins, make it happen. Set the precedent.
Yeah, really.
Set,
It's
set
been
the precedent.
in the loop.
Because I bet Los Angeles County would do that.
Yeah, but I mean that's the problem is you start to go, boy, I don't know. I mean LADWP is such fuckers.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like they're really not great. Like
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten the fucking my rebate for my Tesla Powerwall.
What?
I know. By the way, my Tesla Powerwall is broken. I don't know.
No.
Did I tell you guys about
What?
this?
This is big.
No.
Oh, guys,
This is very
This is
big.
big. This is
this is
big.
huge. I haven't
What
had
Bigger than
happened?
Bitcoin.
Bigger than Bitcoin.
Maybe you can buy a new one with all your
with all my Bitcoin.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So about 3 weeks ago, I get a call from Tesla, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Hi, it's Tesla," and I was like, "Hey, Tesla, what's up? You
Yeah.
just calling to chat?" And they're
You're on
like,
a first name
"No."
basis with Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Hey, Tesla.
So they go,
Hi,
"Hey,
Nikolai.
we have been having some issues with the cooling system in some of the Tesla Powerwalls.
Got it.
So we are going to preemptively replace yours.
Okay.
Mine
Good,
had been
good.
working perfectly fine.
Great.
Right.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh, no.
So they come
It
out.
had been working fine.
It was working
Oh,
fine.
dear.
So they
Oh,
come
dear.
out, they replace it.
Oh, no.
I
And then-
wake up the next morning and I hear this like clicking sound
Oh.
because the Tesla Powerwall is right up against the headboard of my bed.
Right.
So like my head is and then the external wall, the exterior wall, and then the Tesla Powerwall, right? So I start hearing this clicking, like click,
Click.
click, and I'm very sensitive to sound. So I get up and then I go outside and I'm like, what the fuck? And a crow flies away and I was like, oh, it's just crow.
It's a crow. Just a crow.
Tapping on my window.
Yeah.
They do that. They'll like tap
They're like,
on
sup.
shit.
Sup, Alex.
Sup, dude, sup. And I'm like, sleeping crow, get the fuck out of here. Next day,
Yeah.
wake up, same
Click.
time, click,
Oh, gosh.
click, click, click. And I go, I think that might be the Tesla Powerwall. I walk outside, put my ear to the Powerwall, click.
That's
click,
so
click.
annoying.
Then I look online and it's going grid to Powerwall, which it should never do, and then solar to Powerwall, grid to Powerwall, solar to Powerwall. I was like, what's going on? So then I go into the living room and I'm like, it's just, whatever, I'll call
Yeah.
them. And about an hour later, I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden, power goes out in the whole house.
No.
Yep,
Oh my
power blows. The
gosh.
whole
That's a nightmare.
thing blows.
Yeah.
And I go into the bedroom, and Heather had been reading in the bed, and she
Right.
goes,
My book just went out.
no. She
No.
goes,
That was a joke.
so I think the power wall exploded. And I was like, what?
Oh.
So she's sitting in the bed, and she hears, whoop, bang! And
Oh
then the
my
whole power goes
gosh.
out.
Oh,
So
my
she
gosh.
goes, I thought it blew up. And so I go outside, I turn the power wall off.
Yeah.
I reset the thing, and I call Tesla, and I was like, I think the power wall blew up.
Blew
so
up.
they,
Yeah.
they
I think the
sent
power
somebody
wall
out.
blew
I think Powerwall blow
I think
up.
power wall blew up. So they sent somebody out, and they basically were like poking at it for like 4 hours, and they came in and they were like, well, we think your power wall blew
Must
up.
have been on the up night we
So
put
why
on
didn't
our...
they bring you a new one?
Well, because they're out. They're sold out. They haven't made
But they
enough.
came
no,
in
wait,
to
they
fix
they
the
could
problem.
they came to replace yours anyway. Why didn't they bring you another replacement?
Because they're out of them. They're like backlogged now.
That's awful.
I know. So
I'm so angry
I am
for
now
you.
sitting with a $7,500 battery that doesn't work hanging on the back of my
They
house.
better reimburse you for shit.
I'm
Yeah,
going to say
from
that.
this
I'm going to be
TV.
like,
Yeah.
hey, reimburse me
shows.
for shit.
No, you should say Alison said you should reimburse me
Done.
for shit.
I will do that. I will do that.
Alice,
Use my
so-
name.
I'll throw that
It
around.
always works.
I'll be like, look, do you know Allison? Oh, God. Yeah. What did she say?
Yeah.
She's going to do some shit
Yeah.
if you don't reimburse me
for shit.
For shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll be like, how's $20,000?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I mean, you're getting there.
Okay.
Let me text Allison.
Yes. And then Allison
Me.
takes a 10% commission cut of that.
And yeah, I was like, I see the thing back. It's like, I take it, get 10%. And I'm like,
Yeah.
she says it's fine.
Yes.
And
But you
let's
have
not
to
talk
add
to her
her
about
10% on. It's
Yeah, exactly. Plus 10.
It's your rate
It's
plus
plus
10.
10. Plus 10.
That's a big Hollywood thing.
I love it. I
Rate
love
plus 10.
Oh
should
my
wait,
God.
should I talk about what my really exciting news?
Yeah.
You just coughed
Do your-
all over me. You just coughed
If
straight
he's
in
not
my
burping
face.
from drinking, he's coughing.
Coughing
Oh
and
my
burping and drinking and
gosh.
everything.
I've been
Okay,
like,
you do your thing.
Yes.
And then we'll wrap it up.
Yes, and then we'll wrap it up. So everyone knows that I'm very obsessed with my frequent flyer miles and traveling and my bonuses and all that kind of crap. Like I'm hardcore about it, right? And so I've also been talking
I
about
love
a
that
lot.
it's your bonuses.
My bonuses.
I got to get
I
the
need,
bonuses.
I need my extras. I need to board the plane first.
yeah.
I need that.
I have weak ankles. I need to be on first.
I need my upgrades. I need all that.
All right, so your bonuses.
And I talked about this a little bit over last year, but I had all my status at Virgin America, and then Virgin America and Alaska merged.
Correct.
And last year was weird because it was the year they were actually merging.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of last year, I was like, all right, since they told us from the beginning that the Virgin America Elite program, Elevate program, wasn't going to exist
Right.
in 2018.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I should put all of my status onto Alaska. So
Right.
every flight I took, even if it was Virgin, I put on my Alaska account, okay?
Yep.
And because of the merger and because of the dual accounts, things were always getting lost, and I always had to email the mileage program and be like, hi, I didn't get credit for this flight, and then they would credit me, and I'm like, I didn't get the correct credit because I was actually this
like a hawk over here.
And then it wasn't until like halfway through that I realized that Alaska credits their flights based on miles, which is the old way.
oh, not on dollars.
Not on dollars, which is how Virgin does it. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting gypped out of status points because I would buy like not more expensive tickets, but I was always used to buying tickets last minute, which would make them more expensive, which would get me more status
Yeah,
points.
yeah, totally.
But it doesn't matter on Alaska because it's based on the mileage. And I was like, crap, I'm actually kind of losing out on my status by putting it all on Alaska.
Interesting.
So right near the end of the year, I took a flight and they sent me one of those. You know, every once in a while they'll send you an email that's like, fill out a survey for us and we'll like register. So I fill out this survey about like, listen, this stuff is great, this stuff needs work. And then it specifically has questions about
The mileage program.
well, and how you view the merger. And I was like,
Oh.
look, I understand that this is happening, but I got to be honest, as someone who has status, I think I'm just missing getting gold status again this year because of the wonky
Yeah. The difference.
the wonky differences. And I was like, and that's kind of a bummer because I've actually flown more this in 2017 than I did in 2016, you know? And so I wrote that in and whatever. And then at the beginning of this year, I went to go check my stat. Like at the end of the year, I think I was like just under 2,500 miles shy.
Okay.
Right? Which is basically one flight to the East Coast. And I'm kind of bummed. But like...
Yeah. You're not going to fly to the East Coast just to get that.
Yeah. But I was like, man, okay. So at the beginning of this year, you know, we have this flight coming up. I'm flying to New York this week. So a couple days ago, I check my account, and it doesn't say I have any status. And I'm like,
Alison,
no. I'm like, I know. In Alaska, it's MVP and MVP Gold. I was like, I know I got at least MVP, right?
Yeah.
So I call up, and I'm like, hey, I was like, this is weird, but I think I'm missing my status. And this woman looks at my account. She goes, oh, right, you should be at least MVP. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I think I'm just shy of gold, but I should be at least MVP. And she's like, does something. She's like, all right, refresh your account and check it out. I do. It's MVP. And I'm like, listen, I have to ask. I was like, I know that I was just shy, and I feel like because of the wonky thing, is there any way to have someone check to make sure I was actually credited correctly on all of my flights?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, hold on, let me talk to them. So she actually puts me on hold for a little while. And she comes back and she's like, thank you for waiting. I checked. She's like, we had someone go through your account. And she's like, you're right. You were just shy by like 1,200 miles. So it was even less, which is kind of a bummer because 1,200 miles I probably could have done like a day trip
up and
somewhere.
back somewhere. Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's like, you just missed it. But because you just missed it, we've actually put you into a program that's like for people who were just shy. Like if you were 5,000 miles
or less
to hit gold, we're putting you into an elevated, like if you fly this many miles by April 15th, you'll get gold for the rest of the year. And I was like, oh, okay, but the dates don't start until January 15th. So these 4 flights that I'm taking this week technically don't qualify, but I'm like, all right, like I get it.
So this is a whole process you've been through.
Yes, I've already been through all of this. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to be able to make that happen unless like crazy work comes up, which it could, you know. But I was like, all right, I sort of just accepted the fact that I'm not going to be gold status this year, wah. So on my flight yesterday, because of all the wonky travel stuff, I kept checking into my account on my app, and my app kept saying that I was MVP gold, and I was like, but I'm not going to complain. I mean, not that it made any difference. The flights were full. I couldn't get an upgrade anyway. But I was like, the app must have just not like registered right. And then this is the point. So we're standing in line to get breakfast this morning, and I get an email while we're waiting in line to get seated. I get this email, and it's from Alaska, and it just says, congratulations, you've in the subject. I'm like, oh, maybe I got my upgrade on a flight to New York. And I click on the email, and it just says, congratulations, you're MVP gold for the rest of the year. And I'm like, what happened?
Honestly,
a tear came to her eye.
It was
a
moment.
To like
literally,
she
was shaking.
She almost fainted, I think. But like, seriously, you were.
So happy because I'm telling you, I think it's just because I've like filled out these surveys and made so many requests, and it was so fucking close. And because of this status thing, because I made the point in the survey that I was like, look, it's not based on money. It's based on, that whole thing. I think maybe they just looked at my account and they were like, just give
this girl gold.
Maybe she'll stop bugging us if we finally just
give it. So I'm so happy. So thank you, Alaska Airlines.
Congratulations, Alison Haislip.
I mean, literally, it's stuff like that makes me go, you know what? I'm sticking on this airline.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, that's exactly why I left United a few years ago, because no matter how many times I hit status, it was like they would not budge on stuff for me. It was like, and they would nickel and dime everything. Anytime I wanted to change a flight, it was $200, no matter what status you were.
Yeah.
I was so tired of it. So finding an airline that like actually cares for their regular customers, I'm like, I feel so happy and validated right now.
Yeah, buy some stock in that airline right now, because Alison just gave it a glowing review.
There's gonna be a bump. It's called the Haislip bump.
The Haislip bump
happens all the time. Buy your stock now. You're already too late. I think we did it.
We're about 50 minutes.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice little con show.
Yeah, it's a solid con show, as it were.
47 minutes.
Let's do a huge thank you to 161 Studios. Studio. It's singular.
Oh, Studio.
161 Studio. Yes, for bringing us out here, putting us in these ridiculously amazing rooms for one night.
I was like, it's sad that I'm the only one enjoying this by myself. But I knew it was nice to know that there were 2 other people standing in the middle of their room going, what the fuck is going on?
I literally couldn't stop texting you guys about it. I was like, these guys are sick of sitting at the airport and getting texts from me being
what else were we doing?
Yeah,
it was it was like every time the phone vibrated. Yeah, exactly.
So everyone check out 1ONE61 as the numbers.com. You can check out their sweet swag. It's awesome. awesome.
Get yourself some backpacks, wallets, and watches when they come out.
Thank you to the guys who came
Yeah.
to listen to us
Yeah,
live.
thanks, guys.
And just
Jesse,
stand there. I'm
Michael,
sorry we don't have
Parker.
chairs for
I
you.
know.
But
Next
you guys
time we'll
are
have
rad.
like a big PA system so they can hear better.
I know. That would be nice.
They were just reading our lips the whole time and laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
at things
They're
we
like, they
thought we
look
were-
like they're funny.
Yeah. If they're
yes.
laughing, I'm laughing.
And thank you to everyone who's listening. You can email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. Follow us. Use my words. Follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. And subscribe to us on whatever you listen to us on. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. Yep.
Yep.
And that is it for our live CES 2018 show of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Sitting in with us as always, the lovely and talented Tom
You're so
Super
handsome,
Volcano
Tom.
Krajewski.
Thank you.
Guys for coming, and we'll see you next week. It's not we're gonna see you.
We'll
We're
hear
gonna
you
hear
next week. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.